Okay, we're live. So if you need to go live on your Instagram, do that. And then I'm going to go live with Kaylee. Okay. Hi. I love that there's 18 people watching. Hi guys, we're here. We're having technical stuff, so we're still getting set up. So bear with us, relax, get a drink. We're trying to be live on TikTok and YouTube, so bear with us. Hang on. Denise, share with everyone your cards. Share with everyone your story. Let's talk about your cards.
Okay, well, I was so excited because I was like, I want to get some new cards for this Halloween adventure that we were on. And I was scrolling around on good old Amazon and I found several decks, but I chose this one and I was so excited. So I ordered them. And I also ordered a set for a friend of mine, and hers was supposed to arrive like what Sunday or Monday. And mine were supposed to arrive this morning and they didn't come and at 3:57 they just showed up. So I am so excited. These are the back of them. And then we have all of these fun Halloween, photos. That was the strength card, which is a black cat with a shadow of his lion self. So it's kind of fun. And then we have the Hanged Man, and it's a upside down bat. So we have all these fun little, and the Judgment card here is we've got skeletons in a coffin. So we have all of these little things going on here. So they're all these little festive and good stuff. So maybe just for fun, I'll pull a card for the collective just to see what we can kind of expect energetically.
Harlow, I need to invite you, right? Okay. Invite.
What's nice about these cards, though, is that even though they're new, they're not sticky. They're actually more slippery than sticky. Sometimes when they're new, they don't shuffle very well. So this is good.
Kaylee, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so I need to get your screen up there.
So the card we got was the Death card, which doesn't always have to mean death. I know people kind of panic when this card comes out, but it's also
okay.
to consider when we're looking at maybe
Kaylee,
like the death
can you
of a
still hear me okay?
Or a relationship.
Okay, so what we're doing is for anyone that's joining us, we're going to be live at the Green Manor. We are also live on YouTube, where we're going to be doing some giveaways and some. Well, this green screen is making me look like I have no hair. So, I do have hair. It's here. We're going to be doing some giveaways, some trivia. We've got the spirit box. We've got tarot cards over on YouTube at Behind the Hauntings. They're going to be walking through this with us. We're going to be sharing the screen over on YouTube. So everyone's going to be seeing the same stuff. Harlow, if you want to join in, and then you can share the screen. Just let me know if I'm going to be looking for Harlow or True Crime. So Kaylee, tell us how it went last time.
With Amy?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was very good. It was very validating. It made me realize that maybe I'm not crazy after all. And that there's definitely some activity going on here, but we got a lot of different EVPs. She's been going over everything the last 4 days. And actually at one point, my father-in-law, who passed away in 2023, he actually came through as well, which was
1 sec. Hey, Kat, why don't you share with everyone on YouTube what you do? And then Denise, we'll have you jump in and tell us more about your cards.
Okay.
Okay. I my journey started out as a child when I was having experiences with spirits that were communicating with me constantly. That has never stopped. I mean, to this day, I still have activity constantly. But what I've been doing recently is I have begun my journey into Druidism. So, I just graduated the Bardic, and I am in the process of moving on to the Ovate, which is the second step. And the third step will be Druid. So my journey has expanded my understanding of the way that the universe works, and not just the universe, but the fact that we're just the earth itself is one teeny tiny part of a much, much larger ecosystem that we're a part of. And that has just expanded my experiences and my journey beyond what I would have ever thought. I mean, I thought that I was, I couldn't imagine there being more than just spirit activity. That's outside the box. But then through my training and I've spent the last year working with divining and things like that to strengthen my knowledge even further in order to proceed to the Bardic. To proceed to the Ovate from the Bardic. And I can't wait actually to go into the Ovate and learn everything there, because the effect that the Bardic has had on me is just astronomical and opening my mind.
So Kat, hold that thought for a sec. Kaylee,
Sure.
Are you able to hear Kat speaking?
Oh yeah, I can hear it just fine.
Perfect. So here's what we got going on. Harlow, they can hear Kat and Denise and me. Here on YouTube, YouTube can hear me, Kat, and Denise. The only person that's muted tonight is Harlow, who is the the glue that holds it all together. So the glue has been muted. The glue is muted because she's sharing her screen on YouTube. And if she shares her screen, then we can't hear her. So we are so sorry, but she is going to be she's going to be in the chat talking it up like crazy. So go ahead and share your live, Harlow, with YouTube so they can see the Green Manor. Thank you, Kat, for sharing that. Denise, did we cut you off, or were you still sharing your cards?
Well, we like to do that, so it's fine. I'm used to that.
Denise got an amazing haircut. It looks really good.
Thank you. Yes, I did. Nothing says you're ready to change your life like cutting 7 inches off your hair, right?
It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Well done. So for you guys on TikTok, hi, we're here. We were live earlier doing a test run. And I think we sort of figured something out. You guys, this green screen is so cute, but it's making me look bald. So that's stressing me out. So, but okay. So what we've got going on, let me clarify for everyone that's new. We've got myself, Kaylee, in the Green Manor. We're going to walk through her cemetery, her home. Those of you on TikTok, I'm also talking to YouTube. On YouTube at Behind the Hauntings, we've got Denise, psychic medium, tarot reader. We've got Kat with her spirit box, also a intuitive medium. And of course, Harlow is there. So on both pages, we're gonna hand this off in just a second to Kaylee. Let me get us a good setup over here. Dude, I wish you could get rid of all these boxes down here, but I don't know how to do that. Kaylee, do you know all these little boxes that say invite? Do you know how to get rid of those?
I do not, unfortunately.
Maybe you can't. That's okay. Okay. Let's keep it like this. Oh, what's happening? Keep it like this so they get that. I think that's going to be as big of a view of TikTok as we'll get without removing everybody. Okay, so we are ready. We're ready to roll. Harlow, thumbs up. We're ready. Oh, we did it. Kaylee, tell us everything.
Okay, well, I'm sure many are aware, but for those that aren't aware, I do live in a house built in 1763. It's an old colonial home. My property backs up to a cemetery dating back to the 1600s. And we've been living here for about 2 years now, and it's a lot, not in a bad way, but there's definitely a lot of activity here. We also have a very creepy attic that potentially has an old disappointment room in it. That's kind of up for debate here on the internet, but there's definitely some vibes up here. We did just have Amy Bileski here. We got a lot of great info, a lot of great EVPs and whatnot. And we had actually a good bit of activity in this room. In fact, I think she said at one point that she was kind of getting the presence of a woman. We were sitting here having coffee in the evening, and she was getting the presence of a woman who was very excited about the fact that we were having coffee, because that was a luxury back in the day. And she was happy we were there, thankfully. So
That's
a lot of
amazing.
interesting stuff. Yeah, lots of interesting stuff goes on around here. We have Susanna, who I call my familiar, who follows me everywhere and is obsessed with being upstairs specifically. So,
And that is upstairs is, hold on really quick. Denise, Harlow, Kat, you guys can hear her okay, right?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, dude, it was the grace of God that got this thing working. So, Kat, Kaylee, tell us again about the reader who came last week and that you guys spoke with your father who passed.
yeah, so my father-in-law, actually. So my husband's dad passed away in January of 2023. And it was the second night that Amy was here. The first night we went into the attic together, just Amy and I. My husband wasn't home. My husband's name is Tom. So the second night, Tom was home. So it was me, him, and Amy in the attic together. And she kept getting like the presence of a man, kind of like a protective spirit. And then she asked Tom, she was like, was your dad born in 1964? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, okay, because I'm getting that, but I'm getting something about like a daughter or a baby. He's like, but you know, you guys don't have kids. We're like, no, we don't have kids. And she's like, well, you have a sister, right? And Tom's like, yeah, I have a sister. And she's like, does she have a daughter? And he's like, yeah, she has a daughter. She has 3 kids, 2 daughters and a son. And Amy's like, well, I'm getting something about a baby and not seeing a baby. And we were like, oh, so Tom's sister has 3 kids and his dad only ever met 2 of them, because then he died before the 3rd child was born. So she was like, that makes sense. I'm getting like a baby, never met her, never saw her, and you know, that kind of vibe. And also she kept, at one point she was like, Tom, what was your dad's name? And he goes, oh, his name was also Tom. We were both Tom. And she was like, that makes sense, because I've been getting like the same name but different, Thomas but different, the same name but different. And Thomas was like, oh yeah, because he wanted to name me Thomas, but we have different middle names, because he wanted it to be the same but different. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so weird. And then she was like, he's blocking any other spirits from coming through right now. And we were like, yeah, that definitely tracks for my father-in-law. He was very like, had a demanding presence. So
Oh, wow. That's incredible. Have you guys ever talked to him before?
no, we haven't. My husband actually ended up telling me, he was like, I kind of had a feeling that he was going to come through and that something was going to happen. But we had some weird things happen as he was passing, like actively passing away, but nothing really since he's been gone. So
Okay. And how long ago did he pass?
he passed in January of 2023.
Oh, very
So-
recently. Okay.
Yeah, so just a couple years ago.
So
So-
tell us. Okay, Harlow, you're keeping an eye on the comments, right? Because I'm not going to look at the comments. Okay. So Kaylee, tell us about this home. And then what I'm going to do, I'm really feeling connected to Susanna. Susanna's her beautiful black kitty, right? Is that Susanna right there?
Yeah, that's Susanna. She's the only cat up here right now. Everyone else is downstairs.
Okay. I feel so connected to her. So We've got Kat at any point. If something goes off on your spirit box, jump in.
Okay.
Denise, also jump in, interrupt. We're all talkers, so that's going to be our only shot. I did I want to talk real quick about Susanna, Susanna, because I'm feeling she is. I did a video. I stitched a video of yours, Kaylee, and I just read so much through Susanna because she's so conscious and aware of all the spirits that move through this space. But before I get into that, can you please tell viewers a little bit about your home and why we're here doing this?
Yeah, so like I said, the home was built in 1763. I live in Connecticut, for those that aren't aware. So Connecticut's just very known to be like creepy and haunted just in general, and New England really in general. But the house was built in 1763, and again, probably the thing that gets the most attention, you know, as far as like TikTok and the internet, is always my attic. The attic has just very peculiar, different vibes. And it's, you know, obviously a mystery as to what the little room up there was used for, but we're just really trying to coexist, obviously. But I'd love to just learn more about any sort of presence that is lingering on in the in between. Because there's something, I mean, even I can feel it, you know? It's very...
I mean, you've got multiple, and the ones I'm feeling strongest right now is a mother and daughter duo. Denise, what's the card you have?
So when you were speaking about Susanna, it's Justice card, and it's about balance. And she's there to keep a balance of all of the energy so that they will stay in harmony and not go AWOL.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And I agree. That was what I was picking up on too. There's a mother and daughter duo that are there that Susanna is very conscious of. And I don't want to say connected to, because I feel like she monitors them and sort of manages their comings and goings. One of the things I felt before about your home is I don't want to use the word portal because I feel like it's overused and used incorrectly, but your home is a pass-through for a lot of different energies. And so there's constantly energies that don't have anything to do with the home, but are moving through the land in general, that stop in. And this mother-daughter duo are exactly that. They've come in, they stop in, and you'll start, if you pay attention, which I know you do, I know you have a lot of different energies in there, but you'll start to notice when Susanna recognizes them in particular. I feel like they go to the same place in your home all the time. These beings do, these two spirits. And so, hold on. Someone's saying they know how to fix the boxes on TikTok. Please share.
Yeah.
Please. It's fun to... it's fun to channel information and talk technical stuff. Okay, so
always learning.
There's a room. Okay, Denise, what's the card that you got?
Okay, so the card that I got in relation to the mother and the daughter is the 8 of Swords. And they were both kind of like the woe is me kind of attitude. Like, how did we get stuck here? How did we, like, they just kind of feel sorry for themselves, and they keep just circling the drain is what I'm seeing. It's like they just keep returning, and they go out and they work around, and then they come back, and then they work around and they come back. And so it's this constant work around, and they're like, why am I here?
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I think what's interesting to me is why Susanna's tapped into them and is very concerned with them. And a part of that is she doesn't want them going downstairs. So I don't know the layout of your house, but what is there's a room upstairs. Is it a guest room? Is it the kitchen? What's upstairs?
So we're upstairs now. I'll take you on a little tour. So upstairs is just one big circle, essentially. So we have 2 sets of stairs. These are the stairs that Susanna always is begging at the door on the other side. So this is like the staircase that we use the most. So you come up here, and then the attic is right there. And then this is our guest bedroom, which is connected to my office, which is where I keep the gang, of course. So if we come through the guest bedroom and walk through the closets, we get to my husband's painting room, where Bernadette lives. And this room in particular always kind of throws people off and throws off a vibe for sure. And then we come into the reading room, second staircase, excuse me, and then into the dining room.
Okay, I think it's the dining room. That's the room. That's the room.
This, yeah, like I said, this is where Amy felt a lot too, and felt the presence of a woman while we were having coffee. And this room in particular, I always come up the stairs right here at nighttime. I come in here to go, to the library room or something. And when I walk into this room a lot at night, I feel as though I'm like interrupting something. Like I walk in and I'm like, oh, like, and it's just, and it's not bad feeling. I can't stress that enough. I never feel anything bad, or negative, but I just feel like I just walked into like a room full of people staring at me or something.
Okay, so they're not in that room. Go in the other room. What was that's like a kitchen area next to it? But I'm going to come back to that room. So there's something back. I want to answer what you just said about that room with the dining table. But this room is where the mother-daughter duo are. This is the room where they are in that corner. So keep walking towards the sink, and right in that corner there, where the doors open. Okay, so they're in that corner.
Okay.
No, so turn the camera.
That's very interesting.
Go where the cabinet was. Okay, so yeah, bring me right there.
Yeah, there's this room.
Okay, so right there, that's where they are, and they fight, and they don't get along great. And it's not that they don't have love for each other, because they do. They just tend to bicker, and Susanna doesn't like the bickering, because Susanna's like, listen, you guys can come through here, that's fine, but you can't bring this bickering, dark energy that just because the house itself has a beautiful energy. It's just when different spirits move through, it can be very distracting for Susanna if they're arguing and unhappy and bitter. And that's what I'm getting from the mother-daughter duo that's in there. They're so they don't live there. They're not always there. But that's where I was saying with Susanna, you'll know when they are there, because when she wants to go upstairs, when she wants to come into that area, it's because of the mother-daughter. And what Susanna's doing when she's up there is she's, in a sense, shooing them out and saying, you can stay and behave, or you have to leave.
That makes a lot of sense. As she comes running in here, you're scaring me when you run in here like that. Oh gosh, what was I just going to say? Oh, and Susanna is, we have 5 cats for those that aren't aware. And Susanna is the only one that cares about coming up here. She's the only one that begs at the door. The other cats, how cats will try to sneak by you if they want to go somewhere. They don't even try. They've just recently, the past few days, maybe kind of like taken an interest, but Susanna, please. But she's the only one that sits at the door and begs to come up here. That's fascinating. She's relentless.
but because I know you understand this, she has a job to do. She has a job to do. And so you're allowing her to do that job. And she is, when you call her your familiar, obviously you know this already, but out of all of them, she is the one that's been, in a sense, instructed to do this sort of work. The other ones, even though animals definitely subconsciously manage the energy in spaces, she is the one that's very much hands-on, how removing if needed and sort of organizing the energy. So I want to go back to that dining room and tell me again what you're feeling.
So not maybe right at this particular second, but a lot of the time when I come up here at night. So upstairs, just in general, has a completely different vibe than downstairs. But like I said, a lot of the time I'll come up these stairs at night, and I go through here to go to the library room because it's through there. So I'll come up to like grab a book or something, and it's like as soon as I walk into this room, I feel like I like interrupted something and that I'm being stared at, or it's just like it's
Yeah.
like thick.
So someone in the comments said they felt a man. There's a tall, bearded man. He looks like an Abraham Lincoln. That's not him, but it looks like someone like him. And he is the one that sits at your table. And he is not aware of you or anyone in that house. He is stuck in this movement of like, he's a general. That's what he's doing, because he's very serious about what he's organizing. He's got a lot of papers in front of him. He's a general, and he is determining what happens next with the army. I guess he's a general of some sorts. And so when you feel like you're interrupting somewhere when you go into that room, it's because you are. He is so deep in thought. He takes his job so seriously, and he takes responsibility for what does or doesn't happen to his army. And he treats them like family. And so when you feel like you're interrupting something, you're feeling the thickness of his thought process, of his worry, of his love for his family and his army family. Denise, what's the card you have up?
So it's actually the Four of Swords, but it's 4 bats hanging upside down. So that confirms his general status and his people and how he's navigating them, because he's like, all of these are very well cared for in this photo. And I don't read tarot traditionally, so I really don't know what all the meanings are of the cards in true tarot form. I just read intuitively. But then also too, Kat was saying that she has gotten what they call mimics on the spirit box, and they're mimicking Miriam and Amy's voices, she said.
Oh my gosh, can we hear this, Kat, if I unmute you?
Well, I'm recording it right now so that I can go back through and review it. I don't know how much of it you can hear, but you're more than welcome.
Yeah, can you play it back, or?
Let's see. Here, let me put this on.
So that they will stay in harmony and not go away.
Okay. In particular, a lot of male voices as well when you were talking about the cat.
That Susanna is very conscious of, and I don't want to say connected to, because I feel like she monitors them and sort of manages their comings and goings. One of the things I felt before about your home is I don't want to use the word portal because I feel like it's overused and used incorrectly, but your home is a pass-through for a lot of different energies. And so there's
Oh yeah, I see how it's sort of hard to hear.
Yeah.
So Kat, share with us what you were hearing.
Okay, so what I was hearing was, it was almost like you were in stereo, but it was only for a couple seconds, and then it would stop, and I would hear you from, like the regular audio, and then it would pick you up again on the S box, and it was like you were coming across the S box, which I've never had that happen before. And also with Amy, when she was talking, it did that.
With Kaylee?
Or Kaylee, yes, I'm sorry.
No, that's
it
okay.
did that with her too. And
Kat, what do you think that means?
I think that
what's happening there when that happens?
I think from my perspective, I almost feel like it's supportive of the conversation that's happening. The spirits are supportive of the conversation that's happening.
Ooh.
about this right now.
Oh my gosh, when you said that, I just had this quick like flash of
Mhm.
all these spirits that are in this home. And
Yeah.
there's so many that we don't necessarily connect with because they're just spirits that just are everywhere, right? And
Right.
they're and then there's these real specific ones that like Kaylee feels and that
Mhm.
are so sort of obvious. Like someone here on TikTok said they saw a man, and as soon as I read that, I was like, dude, I just saw the flash of this Abe Lincoln looking guy, but who's also it's like so deep in thought, but so kind and so thoughtful. So I just find it fascinating that there's this energy moving through the spirit box while we're talking. And of course, Denise is getting the same cards. Do you, Kaylee, does that, and it's okay if it doesn't, does that image of like this Abe Lincoln gentleman align at all? Or were you like, when you were saying you were feeling energy in that space, you weren't really sure what it was? It doesn't have to align with me. It's okay.
So, well, it's actually really crazy that you mentioned a general because I live in the historic district. So every house in my neighborhood has a plaque on the outside with a name of the historical figure that originally lived in the home. So I'm not going to say the name of the one on our house because then you can find my exact address and that freaks me out. But let's just say that the name on my house is like Billy. Okay. So both Billy and his father were Revolutionary War generals, and the house was originally built for Billy while he was working the war. And Amy actually told me that my neighborhood used to be like a big, like, military outpost. It was like a military town. So a Revolutionary War general, this house was built for him.
Oh my
And
gosh.
his father was also a Revolutionary War general, and he died and he's buried a couple towns over. But the name is very prominent in my neighborhood. Their last name is a name of a city here in Connecticut. So it's like very like a prominent like part of history. So as soon as you said general, I was like, oh yeah, that absolutely makes sense. That was the original owner.
Oh, that's amazing. Denise has a card as you're talking. Denise, what's the
Yeah,
card?
and so what it is it's technically the 10 of Pentacles, but because this is a Halloween deck, they're actually shaped like little, hard candies. But what it is it's confirming everything that was being said, because it's letting us know that that's where they created their foundation. That's where they created their home. That is where they created their life and all of that. So it's just really, again, reiterating and confirming. So, and Arlo is trying to let you know how to get rid of the boxes on the bottom.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Oh. Okay, hold on.
I am multitasking today. I'm really kind of proud of myself.
Denise, you are on fire. Okay, Harlow, what am I doing?
$1,000.
You want to go to, there was a comment. She's going to pull it back up. So look at your screen.
Oh, you were posting those for me. Got it. Okay, you guys, hang tight. Go ahead.
Someone.
Tap the guest access, look for a setting gear on the top right and change layout. Okay, hold on. Oh God, no, cancel.
Don't turn us off though.
Look for a settings gear on top right and change layout. Settings. Auto share blocked. Hang on, you guys. I just want to change the layout really quick. One sec. Tap the guest access. Look for, where is the guest access? I love the way people say stuff, and I'm like, I don't know where any of this shit is. Co-host, gift drawing, the lightning, all way playbook, live guest, mirror your view.
Should be red and blue, guys. It says for guest access.
Comments, settings. I don't see a guest. I have live recordings, moderators, market mute, block accounts. Where is guest access? Engage guest showdown, countdown for all, board, no. What's this? Playbook, I don't know what the hell that is. Auto accept requests, allow go live with guests. Invite. I don't see anything. Okay. So let's keep going. So we've got the general, so that's good. Let's do Kaylee, what's another room that has always felt sort of interesting or outside or something?
Yeah, that's crazy. This room right here, my husband's painting room. That's Bernadette in the window. I did that to freak out the neighbors. So don't mind her. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
this room has always been a little odd. Like I get a lot of comments here on TikTok of people that like, oh, as soon as you walked into that room, like this used to be the office. So people would be like, as soon as you walked into the office, you know, my stomach dropped but I mean, my husband paints in here for hours and it's fine for him, I guess. But
I mean, as long, I mean, if
this
he's
room's always a little bit.
if he's comfortable, because everyone's going to feel different energies. Everyone's going to connect to the same energies, you know?
Right. That and my bathroom up here. So actually, funny enough, I had my best friend house sit for us last year when we were out of town, and her son at the time was like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4. And she texted me at one point and she was like, oh, I just want to let you know that Ollie says there's ghosts in your bathroom, your upstairs bathroom.
Oh,
And
really?
I was like, oh, well, that's good to know, I guess.
What did she tell you
so I
who
just
they
thought
saw?
That was kind of funny, but no, he just said ghosts. But the bathroom definitely gives me weird feelings. Specifically, I guess maybe not so much the bathroom, but when I take a shower and I step out right here, I always look to the left, and there's just something about this view that always just makes me feel a little like weird. Again, like I'm being watched. So
Okay. Okay. So for me, I'm getting very, very, very old woman, long gray hair, 80s. And she's standing against that. If you flip your camera, flip the other way around. If you face the other way, there you go. That she's standing, her back to that window. Hold on, I'm waiting for you. So you guys see now on YouTube. So she's standing her back to that window, and she's looking out into the hallway. And why is she there? That's what I need to know. Why is she there? Denise, what's the card you got?
It's a Black Widow, and it's what's coming up is like the tangled webs that we weave. She's pondering how she wove the web that she did by, you know, I don't know. You'll have to tap in and see what you get. I don't know if she had an affair or something that happened, and there was some kind of tangled web that she wove, and she didn't realize that she was weaving this tangle of stuff, and she is kind of like standing there looking back, like reflecting over her life of like, how did I get here? How did I do this? How did this happen? Kind of thing.
Wow, that is it's always so crazy to me when those cards match up with what I was just saying.
Yeah.
A Black Widow. Okay, so let me see what her deal is. I want to acknowledge one comment really quickly that someone made about the mother-daughter, I can do it, mother-daughter duo. She was saying that maybe that door is like a gateway, if I remember correctly. I wanted to address it a while back just because I like I almost wonder if this area isn't a door to the other side, and the mother-daughter have been tasked. I wanted to address that just because I really appreciate when people add their input, their intuition, their thoughts, because I feel like this is always a group effort, and it's all about what everybody gets, not just me, not just Denise. It's a group effort. So thank you. And I'm sorry if I'm missing some of you in the comments. We're juggling a lot right now, and I obviously don't want my intuition to go haywire. So let's go back to the Black Widow. This is to go back. The Black Widow is the woman that has her back to the window in the bathroom. She's staring out into the hallway, and she's very scorned. She's a woman scorned. That's the word. She's a woman scorned. So why is she feeling, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So this might be someone we want to remove because the other energies are completely manageable, but this one is not. A woman scorned, and I feel like she may have something to do with the death of her husband.
Oh.
And this is again before the home was built. This is like Kaylee, was this, do you know, when they built this house, was it built in two parts, like they built one part first and then they came back and added on, or did this, you know what I'm saying?
I do. I'm not sure. The only thing I know is that it's obviously currently now a 2-family home, obviously. But of course, in the 1700s, it was built as a normal single family. And then I think in the 70s, it was converted into a 2-family home. So, I mean, other than that, not to my knowledge.
Okay, because this is when there was just a portion of the home built. I think I said that it wasn't in the home, but it was in the home. It was just when there was a small portion of the home built. Like, I feel, anyway. So, and she didn't live there. Someone else lived there. She was visiting this location. And to be clear and honest, maybe it has nothing to do with the home. Maybe there was a home there before this or something, but she was visiting this location. And she had something to do with the husband's death because he was cheating on her. And did she actually pull the trigger or carry the weapon? I don't know, as much as she had something to do with it. And she's pissed and she's still there. So what's interesting is the reason why she's pinned up against that window is Susanna. Card. Denise, what's the card you have?
So it's actually a skeleton with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swords stuck in it.
Oh my God.
So it's confirming that there was
Wait, I want to see if I can hold on. Can you guys see that? Wait, no. Oh, there's the computer. You can't see it. Okay, so go on. What else? So we got 5 swords. Well,
yeah.
Okay, so she might have been the one to kill him.
Yeah, I have a feeling, and that's why, like, okay, so now that we've kind of, both of us have, kind of put this together, that's why I think she's looking back. I think she did do it. And then that was where, with the tangled webs, because she's the Black Widow, she killed him.
I mean, it doesn't get clearer than that.
Right. And I think she was in such a rage that she just kept at it,
That's not funny. We're not laughing.
I know it's not funny. It's not funny, but she's standing there like after the fact, and she's like in dismay of her, like, holy, whatever they would say back then, like, oh, now what do I do? Kind of thing. Like, she's like, so that's where that tangled web came in for me. Like, how did I, it was bad enough this way, and now here we are. Like, this was such a tangled mess, and now I've made it worse, kind of thing. But she's not sorry that she unalived him, though, either.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think I feel that. I think the interesting, to add on to that, the interesting part is someone's asking if she has regrets, and that's a firm. I don't feel like she has regrets. I think that, there might be some regrets, but I feel like the rage she had towards him was pretty, like, she's like, no, I was pissed. Like, yeah. that doesn't change. The thing that I found interesting is Susanna again. Look at Susanna right now, is hysterical. She's like minding her, like, she has like, for Susanna to deal with these spirits, it's like nothing. It's like, doesn't take any energy for her. She's a natural at it. That's why she's so chill right now. But she's the one that has this woman pinned so that the woman cannot enter the home anymore than she has in that bathroom. So this is another example of how Susanna helps manage the energy in the space so that it's livable for everybody, which is really beautiful. I I don't know. I'm not. Here's what's interesting. Hold on, my dogs are going to start making a lot of noise. Kaylee, between you, your husband, and Susanna, I'm just not feeling like there's this need for anyone to come in and remove anything or do anything. It's like you guys have got this totally under control. Denise has a card.
Yeah, so the card that came up is when we were talking about the two women, and then now with this one there, and I think it was a viewer that said something about that door, that window, or whatever being a portal. And this is confirmation of yes, that is a portal, and that it's where Susanna like wrangles everybody and says, "Okay, this is as far as you're going to get here today."
Oh, got it. Okay, I love that.
And what door is that? What door was she just?
Which door is that, Denise?
That's the one by the bathroom. Isn't that where everybody was coming in?
You mean the mother-daughter duo or the stabber?
Yeah. Well, and then the stabber.
The stabber's in the bathroom.
Right.
The mother-daughter duo was in that kitchen.
Okay,
and
so this is for the stabber.
The stabber. Okay.
Sorry, Kaylee. That sounds terrible, but
Oh my God.
but she's not going to harm you.
No,
But at the
no,
same
totally
time, but Susanna has her. She's like, you're not getting anywhere else. You can stay here or you can go out there. But here's your boundary.
Okay, so Kaylee, I didn't give you a chance to answer. Thank you, Denise. That was awesome. About like when I was saying you guys got this all under control, the kitty. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you because I've been posting videos, for about 2 years now. And the whole 2 years, people have been telling me that, burn the house down, or you need to get a priest, or you need to sprinkle holy water, do this or that. I have never felt the need to do anything. I'm perfectly comfortable here, which people think is crazy. But again, I can't stress enough. I've never had any negative vibes or been free. If I'm ever scared, it's because I'm scaring myself and
right.
Getting myself down. So I feel like Susanna has been waiting her whole life for this job. Isn't that right, Susanna? We're chill.
I agree. And we all have psychic skill sets, whether we know it or not, whether we use them or not. And your husband and you coming into this home, all it's going to do is remind you, teach you, enhance your psychic skill sets. And so, for example, there are people that have this skill set. Like, I feel like your husband has the ability to clear rooms. Like, there's just this sense of, like, I feel like when he walks into a space, he just sort of, like, the only way I can describe it is sort of like blows air out and it just clears the space, which is why he's able to be in rooms other people can't. Now, that's a psychic skill set he has. Whether he knows it or uses it is not relevant. He has it and does it subconsciously. And all of us do that. So when we become aware of it and think, oh, I could consciously now enhance this, use it more, or put some energy behind it, it will actually enhance it, obviously. I say that because you, Kaylee, feel like the balancer. Your husband has this ability to clear if needed. And then Susanna is just the guard dog. And she can remove, she can hold back, she can clear, she can do whatever's needed that isn't getting addressed if you and your husband aren't able to do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes complete sense. And I would absolutely agree with you.
So someone is ask Kaylee about the drawer in her office and Amelia.
Okay, so the drawer in my office, now I do try to be rational a lot of the time. I feel like the drawer in my office could just be, not level or whatever. But even when it was in the room that is now my husband's painting room, even then it just never stayed closed, like ever. I would just shut it and then come back later and it would be open. But now, but now you can actually... Oh, wait a minute. I guess not. That's very weird. Before I could shut it and it would just slowly open by itself as if the floor is not level. And then, of course, when I am talking about it and go to show you guys, it stays tucked in. So not helpful.
So what do you think that's about?
I don't know. Like I said, that's one thing that I try to be logical about since, the whole house is uneven and unlevel. So I'm like, oh, that's probably why the drawer opens. But I got it on camera the other day for a TikTok, shutting it, and then it just slowly drifted open. This is a thrifted desk. I can't remember who I got it from, but everyone always tries to tell me that I need to stop thrifting items because stuff could be attached. And not to get off subject, but while it's on my brain, speaking of thrifted items,
Wait,
it's actually from a funeral home.
wait,
I
Kaylee,
wasn't
you
aware
cut
of when I bought it. I bought
Kaylee,
it
you
from
cut
someone
out.
on
Kaylee,
Facebook Marketplace.
you cut out. Start over.
Oh, can you hear me?
Now I can't start over. You got something from a
Can you
thrift
hear me?
store? Yeah. Can you hear me?
So I got this from Facebook. Yeah, I can hear you. I got this dining room table from Facebook Marketplace from like a random person. And when I bought it, they were like, oh, and by the way, this used to be the table that I used at the funeral home my brother owns. So this is a funeral home table. I don't know if that means anything or brings anything in, but everyone's always telling me I have to stop thrifting stuff.
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. It matches the vibe of the house. Like it would.
I absolutely agree with you.
It would almost
I
be
agree. I said
weird
the same thing.
to buy
I
new
said the same
furniture,
thing to the
right?
person. Right, yeah. And this is Amelia, that she's got no eyes. So she's probably the weirdest one out of the gang, but she makes a lot of people feel unsettled. And I got her from Facebook Marketplace as well.
Okay, she's creepy.
She's very creepy, yeah. And her eyes are in her head somewhere. You can hear them.
Ew!
Yeah. So they're just like rolling around in there. Maybe one day I'll fix her. But this is the gang, and the gang makes everybody pretty uncomfortable, but I love them. And I think they're cool.
Do you think? Wait, hold that thought, Denise. You had held up a card a while back. What was it?
The world. And so it was just kind of like covering all the bases with the drawer. Like it was just so much stuff. Like it was just kind of confirming also like with the husband, with Kaylee, with the cats, with, everybody's in their element. And it was also like with the drawer. I don't think whatever is going on with the drawer actually has anything to do with the house. I think it came with the drawer. And it's not creepy. It's just more of because then the card that I came out about that is the devil. And it's about the shadow side of things, not the actual devil or evil or anything like that. It's just like everything is light and dark and, that sort of thing. And so it's really more about, the drawer now that it won't open. It's like, no, I'm not going to play this game with you today. I don't want to.
Yeah, I can't believe the drawer is not doing that now. It's been doing that for weeks.
Yeah, it was like it wanted to play, and now that it's on display, like really like a live show, it's like, no, I'm shy and we're not going to do that now.
Well,
Right.
Kaylee, can I ask you, do you think any of those dolls are haunted or they're just fun?
I don't think they're haunted per se. I think Amelia here throws a little bit of a vibe. Like I said, I got her from Facebook Marketplace. I can't remember if she was advertised as haunted or just creepy. She was definitely advertised as creepy, obviously, but I can't remember if she was described as haunted as well. I mean, she kind of is a little weird sometimes, but for the most part, I mean, they're just random dolls that I've found in thrift stores, or my friend got this one for me because we both have red hair.
That's
But,
cute.
Yeah. So I think Amelia's just a little questionable, but everyone else is
Well,
normal, I'm pretty sure.
Can you
I'm gonna
hold
just-
on Amelia really quick? Go ahead, Denise. What?
I'm just going to poor Amelia. It's not really her fault. Her eyes are rolling around inside her body.
This is true.
Right. I know, poor thing.
And I had
I'm just letting it happen. I haven't even fixed them. But
Well,
I kind
and
of
we
like
had
her
a
when
doll
she
like-
is. I don't know.
Yeah, we had a doll like that for my grandmother. And again, her eyes were somewhere, and because old dolls like that, they were, so that they would open and close, they were, I don't want to freak anybody out, but what they were threaded into metal so that they would learn to open and close. And they had eyelashes and all of this kind of stuff. Because we had a ceramic doll that belonged to my grandmother. And so when we had it refurbished, then the eyes, had to be, like twined back in there so that they would open and close.
Okay, well, I'll be having nightmares tonight. Thanks to all of you.
I know, sorry. I'm like, I don't want to creep anybody out, but
It's too late. It's too late. Someone's saying that Amelia's head moves on its own. Is this true?
Yes. So I should have mentioned that, but I didn't think about it. I swear sometimes, well, especially, okay, a little bit of backstory. This room was my office, and then the bedroom was in here. I just switched them like a few weeks ago. When the dolls were in this room, I swear Amelia would I swear sometimes I would come upstairs and her head would be turned off to the side a little bit. I don't know if it's happened since moving into this room. I can't remember. I'm sure I could look back on videos, but off the top of my head, I'm not sure. But yeah, and I swear her head would be turned a little bit, and I would just move it back, and then the next day I'd come up and it'd be a little off to the side or something, or maybe she'd be kind of slouched over, or.
Okay, Denise and or Kat, I need your backup on this. I feel like there's a little girl spirit in that room, which is why this doll is happier in that room. The doll's not haunted. The doll isn't moving. There's a little girl in there playing with that doll.
Okay.
So let's see.
Actually, that makes a lot more sense because I never felt anything coming from the doll. Yeah, she looks creepy, but I never, But
I'm curious to see, Denise, what card you get, and if Kat, you get anything. But this, because she's like Denise was kind of saying this earlier, she just because she's creepy looking doesn't mean she's creepy. And I know Kaylee, you're not saying that. I'm saying
Right.
for me, who doesn't like dolls, she's actually very sweet and playful. And
yeah.
let's see. Let me see. I want Denise to see if she can confirm or not confirm. It's okay if you don't.
It pulled up the Ace of Wands again. And so again, it is just confirming the heavenly portal.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So that basically confirms that there is a little girl in there. And it feels like a very lighthearted energy. And I actually was with my grandchildren today, and I have 3 granddaughters, and it reminds me of their energy. This just la 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 la. Because one of my granddaughters, she's 2.5, and she's just all willy-nilly everywhere, and so that's kind of like the little girl that's in here. She's not willy-nilly everywhere, but she's just oh, let me put her here, or let me do her there, and she's kind of taking really good care of her. It's like her baby,
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel I think it's really sweet. So that's really cool.
I can't read dolls because, I might be interpreting my own emotions because I don't like dolls.
That's valid. That is valid.
Well, no, that's why I was saying creepy dolls, dude, I cannot do. But that's why I was you know what? When you feel it intuitively, that's not the doll. She just looks scary. Okay, but listen, someone's asking Kaylee, did her head just move back to straight after you moved it to the side?
God, I hope not. I think it was. I think I moved it and then moved it back, but I don't really. At this rate, anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but.
Well,
I don't know.
you sound like you're like me. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. And I say that because it's okay to say I'm wrong. But listen, we're all you're I'm all for living in a haunted house. I'm all for a haunted doll. I'm all for thrifting old, antique furniture. But I don't need to witness it. I don't need to witness shit moving. For me, it's I'll read the darkest of the darkest, but if something moves in my house, I'm out. I'm you know what? No.
Yeah. No, I do feel that way to an extent. I've witnessed, like I said, the drawer move, and I got that on video, which was crazy. And I've witnessed, light switches, pole switches swinging and stuff like that. That's the most I want to witness. I'm all right, I can handle that. But if I see something if this ball were to move or something in front of me right now, me and Susanna would be going downstairs. There's certain things that I'm used to. Stuff is always swinging. If it hangs from the ceiling, I have a bunch of stuff like downstairs hanging from the ceiling. It will always be, you know, swinging or whatever.
And I feel like that's the energy passing through. But wait, Denise has a card while you were talking. What's the card?
Yeah, so this one is the Fool, and if I know it's kind of hard to see, but oh gosh, and so it's like a clown on a ball with a cat, and it's a black cat. So thank you, Susanna, for being here. And so it's more of a playful energy and fun-hearted. You know, I mean, that's just the interpretation I'm getting off the card. I know if people out there really follow and read tarot traditionally, that's got a different meaning, I'm sure, but it's more of a fun energy. And the little girl that's in the room, she's just having a good time in there. She minds her own business, and then she actually will play with the cat.
I believe that.
You know, so she'll play with the cat.
Because Susanna will run around like crazy up here sometimes. Like,
yes, the little girl is chasing her. Like, I can see the little girl playing with her, and Susanna is just running around, and it's like the little girl is chasing her. It's almost like they're playing tag. It's really cute. It's really fun. I can see them both just do. And then when the little girl gets tired, I can actually see her almost curling up on the bench with the dolls.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Hey, Kaylee, someone's asking about the jewelry box that sometimes plays by itself. Was that from a thrift store?
Yes, that is from a thrift store. Pretty much 90% of my house is from the thrift store. So that is this jewelry box. Again, used to be in this room on the dresser. This dresser was left behind by the people who sold me the house. Used to be on this room or on this dresser in this room. And sometimes I leave it open. Sometimes I leave it closed. So I can't say much about that. Like, I don't know. But yeah, it does like to just start playing on its own when I leave it open. Because sometimes I open it up to let it play out. Mm-hmm. So that way, when I open it to put stuff in it, it doesn't scare me. So I'll open it and I'll let it play out. And I'm like, okay, perfect, good. I'll leave it open because it's done playing. And then I'll be downstairs. And then that kind of gets me. That's a little creepy when I'm downstairs and I hear the music box playing in the distance and I stop and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I come up here and I'm like, okay. And I just close it. Let it be. But again, I think since I've moved it in here, it's been a lot less active.
Oh, interesting. That's
find that interesting.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating how when you move certain. Okay, so hold on. One sec. I gotta grab something. One sec. Okay, I know you're hungry. I'm sorry. Okay, I wanted to address this though. Okay, when I like read people's homes, whether sometimes I'm just reading people's homes just to help, not because there's anything in the home, but we're helping with the energy of the home. Mm-hmm. And so more often than not, I'm moving stuff around, you know, like don't put this here, put this over there. And I know feng shui has a big, which I love feng shui. I don't know much about it, but of course I believe in it and follow it, but intuitively there's a sense of that happening. I just find it fascinating that Kaylee, you're doing that feng shui instinctively. You're like, okay, this isn't, this doesn't react if I put it here. This doesn't react if I put it there. This does this or this does that. Like you're understanding the energy in your home, not just the spirits, what the spirits want, but really just the energy of the home where things blend the best, where things align and vibrate the best. And I think that's really cool how, especially since you have so many spirits living in there, like how something feels better. When I say something feels better, I mean almost that spirit feels better if you remove something from its space. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, I always joke around, except it's not really a joke, but I always joke around that like I'm just here to coexist. You know what I mean? I just got here 2 years ago. I don't know who's been here and for how long. So I am definitely always moving things around because sometimes something just really won't feel right, like in a certain room. Like I said, I had my office here and the bedroom in here, and even my husband was like, yeah, this like does not feel right. Like this is not okay. Like we need to switch it back. And I was like, yeah. And ever since then, it's just, it flows better.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. And I love that your husband picks up on that too. That's really cool. Okay, so tell us, is there any other room in the house you wanna share with us, or that you have questions about? Because don't we still have a cemetery to go through?
We do. I was hoping to do that when we first started, when it was still light outside. It's kind of pretty dark out there now. I might be too chicken to go out in the complete pitch black.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Maybe stand at the door with a light on. And
yeah, I'll go out onto my property.
But don't go out there. I wouldn't.
No, it's fine. I can go just into my yard because our yard, I'll go down this way. Our yard backs right up to it. So I'll just give like a little sneak peek. But yeah, so I did the ghost tour last night that my town does every year.
Oh, how was it?
It was great. It was, I learned a lot. But it goes back to, I think, the 1600s. And I also have my hole that I'm sorry, I left you out there. That's my other black cat. Then I also have my digging hole out there where I have found a piece of headstone. I've found multiple bones, but I'm pretty sure they're just animal bones. That's what I tell myself.
I would go with that theory.
And I have the most powerful flashlight ever, apparently. And I also have my creepy swing set out here, which really adds to the vibe.
I don't do swing sets either.
No? Well, you're at the wrong house. That was one thing. So the swing set is like one of those big metal ones, as you can see. Very, very horror movie-esque.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I'll just point right here. So I don't know if you can see on live, but the headstones are all right there.
Well, those are headstones.
Those are headstones. Yep, it's right there.
Okay, hold on. We got to this.
I had a dream about this last night, actually.
Tell us what happened.
Just a female in the middle of a few headstones, just standing in a black dress. She had brown hair and little curls around her forehead, and her brown hair was pulled up into a bun, and she just looked at me for a few seconds and then turned around and moved away, like she had with purpose, if that makes sense. She just turned around and walked away from me.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so
let's see, just kind of slowly keep like moving your light through it if you're comfortable. Because I want to keep I want to see, go back a little bit to when you first walked. Go to your left, actually.
That's just the tree line for my neighbor's house.
Okay.
And this is technically my neighbor's shed, so it's like if you go, and he's not home, so it doesn't matter that I'm pointing a flashlight. But yeah, so our property, is like this little area, and even through these trees, there's headstones through there as well.
Is this a decent sized cemetery?
The Declaration of Independence is buried in this cemetery, which I think is so interesting.
Wow.
Wait, say it again. What?
One of the people who signed the Declaration of Independence is buried in this cemetery.
No kidding.
I feel like
there's a lot of history in my town. It's crazy.
I was going to say when you were first walking through your house to go out, I kept getting a sense that almost like the Arlington Cemetery in Washington, I'm like, it's almost like there's a lot of military. And I know you said that, so it makes sense that there was a lot of military in your town. It was a military town. And it's like a lot of those headstones belong to military personnel and criminals almost. Like they weren't not
Yeah, no, that makes
criminals.
sense. Well,
Mhm.
there's, like I said, tons of soldiers buried there, including some, unidentified soldiers.
That
Right.
makes sense. That
Crazy.
makes sense. I
Yeah.
did a card reading with the animal oracle cards, completely blind, because I wanted to see if it was, how accurate it would be. One of the things that it said was there something negative happened in the cemetery that changed the feel of it, and this is in the past, they said. They also said that there are missing graves, and it showed the edge of the cemetery. The flash that I got was the edge of the cemetery. That it also said that the graves shouldn't have been, the individuals deserve to be recognized. They shouldn't have been lost. But someone didn't do their research, was what was the information that the cards gave me. And they said that an investigation should be done and those people should be found so that they can be remembered.
Wow.
So that makes perfect sense.
And then the card that I just pulled, well, Kat, you were talking, this confirms, because what I'm seeing here with this one is that there's brooms. So it's like things were brushed under the rug.
Yes.
And tears for the sadness of these people not being recognized.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, that's incredible. What
And
else?
there's a lot of emotion because I'm getting
Yes.
emotional from it.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
I also got that those people stay there because they want to be near their loved ones, their descendants. So that it makes sense that you would be full of emotion, because that's why they're there, and it hurts that they're not being recognized.
So is there something we can do to recognize them?
What I personally would do is just go out and start talking to them. And, we don't have names for them. So I would be more having a conversation like, for whoever's here that isn't being recognized because you've been lost, I want you to know that I know you're here and I'm recognizing you. And I would leave flowers out there for them and things like that. I also would probably go to the historical society in town and do a little digging and find out whose graves could possibly be out there that have gone missing. But the way that the information that I got implies that these people's descendants still are residing in the area.
That's interesting.
Okay. Huh.
Is
Now you
there,
got me wanting to do research.
is there anything about your backyard, that graveyard itself, that's you've always wondered about, or?
I guess not really. It's pretty like, I'm trying to think. Because all the info, watch out, Penelope, about the cemetery and whatnot, it's pretty like accessible. And especially after the ghost tour that I did last night, that answered like a lot of questions just in regards to like big names that are buried there and how far back the graves go and whatnot. But the cemetery is probably like, I say the term like least of my concerns. It's nothing around here is a concern, but like for lack of a better term, the cemetery is like the least of my concerns. I walk through it every day on my daily walk, like the whole neighborhood does pretty much. And the vibes are really chill. I think if anything, I feel way more here in my house than out there. But I would believe that there'd be a lot of souls and spirits passing through because of the cemetery. It just seems like such a busy area for people to pass through.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel the same way. Like there's nothing going on. There's
Yeah.
nothing like I don't feel that much from back there. Hold on. Oliver, come here. Oliver, come here. Sorry, I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't. Other than, I mean, Kat and Denise had got an incredible read back there. But it's like to back off to add on to what you were saying, Kaylee. Like, yeah, that's not where the bulk of. That's not where the energy is. The energy is in your home. But like what
Right.
Kat and Denise are saying is, there's just these quiet souls that
Yeah.
reside and are just
Mhm.
quietly there, needing
Mhm.
not needing necessarily, but everything you guys already said.
Mhm.
What's the card you got, Denise?
So this one is the Ace of Pentacles, and what's on this card actually is bones and a plant, like a seed. And so kind of as Kat was talking about, maybe leaving flowers for them, acknowledging them, that's showing where, you know, you can start to plant those seeds where it will come to fruition, and it'll just bring them a little bit more of peace and light. Because the other card that came up, this one is the Hierophant, but what's on top of this pumpkin is candles, and it's just lighting the way for these souls to be acknowledged.
Oh, interesting.
You
I
know,
love that.
so yes, the energy is in the house, and yet the souls there are peaceful for sure,
Yes.
but they do want acknowledgement. Like, yeah, we're here.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
And I feel like, I don't know, Kat, how you're feeling, but I'm getting a sense through that process, like they don't mind people walking through there at all.
Right.
And they're not going to disrupt everybody, but
Right.
but through that process, they want to be acknowledged that yes, we're
Mhm.
here.
Yes, because they still exist. So imagine an existence where you're not ever acknowledged
Mhm.
because there's no headstone with your name on it for your people to come to and acknowledge you on those certain days. So it's basically an existence of as if you don't exist.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that would be incredibly difficult to but again, they're not individuals who want
Right.
to create any disharmony to get attention.
It's like,
They just really wish somebody would pay attention to them and recognize them, and they wish that they had markers like everyone else does.
That's more than fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely valid.
You know, we've got a lot of people asking for the attic.
Oh gosh, I knew it was coming.
And I want to, well, maybe we'll have that be the grand finale. Let's
Okay.
take a look at your fireplace, though. It's so cute.
Oh, thank you. Yes, this is the ghost fireplace.
That looks
Um,
great.
I love a theme. So,
Can
yes.
I ask a quick question about the dressmaker form?
Sure.
I've been in the painting room. I've been trying to ignore that, but that is the item in that room that to me feels really, really heavy and is throwing me off every single time I see it. When I saw it in the video in TikTok, and just now when I saw it again earlier, it actually is making me feel sick to my stomach. And I know that there is no outward reason for that, you know, for it to have that effect on me. So I'm just wondering what the story is behind that.
So the mannequin was actually left here by the people who sold us the house. It was down here in my husband's office. Hold on, I'll get there. The sellers left behind quite a few just, random items. So I actually named her Bernadette. So Bernadette was left behind by the sellers. She was in my husband's office, which now that I think about it, my husband's office was their daughter's room. And when we did the final walkthrough of this house 2 days before closing on it, the sellers had a list of things to tell us. And one of those things was, oh, by the way, there's a friendly ghost in this house and it likes our daughter's room, which again is now my husband's office. So the mannequin was actually right here where this mirror is. And we moved in and I just ended up putting her in the attic because I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, haha, mannequin in the attic window. And then just for the month of October, I took her out of the attic and put her in my husband's painting room to freak out my neighbors. Just as a little ha-ha for Halloween. But usually she resides in the attic with another mannequin that I already had because that's the type of person I am, I guess.
I'm not, I can't get a sense of the whatever spirit might be attached to it, but I just know how it's affecting me physically.
Oh, should I not show you then? Whoopsies.
No, go ahead. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Okay, good, because I want to see it.
Yeah, she's just, let me turn her around. And people, when I first started here on TikTok, people were messaging me asking if they could buy her off of me.
Are you serious?
Like, no way.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
But this is her. Her name's Bernadette. And I don't know, yeah, she seems pretty chill.
Okay. All that matters is how you feel.
No, I mean, I get it. She's definitely a little unnerving, but...
But to answer a couple questions, there's a question in the comments here on TikTok. One is, are you channeling the energies live? Yes. Someone else asked, do I need to, do a protection on myself when watching this? And the answer is no. And the other thing is what Kat's saying about the menacing feeling she's getting, because there's people in the comments that, or I'm sorry, maybe that's not the word you use, Kat, but someone here in the comments used the word, oh, that feels very menacing to me. That room does. Here, the room feels menacing. And I think what's important to remember as I'm talking more to the viewers, not so much Kat and Denise, because I know you guys understand this, and Kaylee and Harlow, but we can walk into a room and every single one of us can feel something different. And that doesn't mean that every single one of us is wrong. That means that the universe is massive. The potential is beyond our recognition. The amount of spirits that exist and move through and the residual energy that lives in a specific location is unlimited. And so I can walk in and be like, oh, this is fine. And someone else can walk in and feel menacing because they're feeling a memory or a residual, or they're just having a psychic flashback, or they're picking up on a soul that's actually in there that I'm not picking up on. So there's so many different things that can be felt in one room, that one thing isn't incorrect. And that if you're feeling this in the comments, then go with what you're feeling. The only thing is, I want to back that up with, when you're utilizing your psychic skill set, this is why I always talk about how the body has to be clear. We want to be healthy. We want to be active. We want to be doing yoga. We want to be in meditation every day. We want to be in therapy when we need it, because we want to balance the emotional body so that we can decipher when it's our own stuff versus intuition, or when it's our mind going, oh, this room, like we were talking about the dolls. Oh, the doll looks creepy, but intuitively, is that doll creepy? And those are two very different answers. And that applies with everything we do. And so I love the way we're all feeling different things, yet the same things. I feel, Kat, when we were looking at the Bernadette, I didn't feel anything from Bernadette. And then when you started sharing your story, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then when she showed Bernadette up close, I felt a woman that had been, hold on, I don't know what the word is. She was like, the dress she wore was something she wore when she was deeply traumatized. I don't know what kind of trauma, and I don't know that it matters, but she was deeply traumatized. And so she was deeply sad and deeply harmed and hurt and violated. And the dress she wore hung on that. And so there we have it, right? But Bernadette itself is not, and not that anyone said this, but to clarify for viewers, Bernadette herself is not cursed, is not bad, is not negative, is not any of these things. But Kat is experiencing a residual energy that lived off of Bernadette. And that is something that is so, I almost want to say minute, which is why different people pick up different things, and why Kaylee loves Bernadette and can live with Bernadette. And I think also there's just like, how just like everybody has friends or partners that support them. Like even people who we're like, God, who could be friends with that person? That person has a friend that loves and supports them on some level. And I feel like with Kaylee and Bernadette, Kaylee's like, I don't need to feel that. That's not my role here. My role is to love and support you. But Kat's role is to feel her pain and see her, right? Recognize her pain, recognize what happened. So it's just always so beautiful and fascinating for me. I'm educating myself as I say all this, because I just love the nuances that live within everything, but especially a home like this.
Yes.
Okay, attic. I know everyone's waiting for the attic.
Okay, let me get a flashlight. I'm not about to go raw dog the attic, even though I have.
Will Suzanne go with you? Susanna?
No, she would if I would let her, but the attic has a lot of crawl spaces and that she could get to, and I won't be able to get her out, and I don't know where they go, and so that's the one place she's not allowed. That in the basement, and she is not happy about it. I'll tell you that much.
I remember one of your videos you saying that.
Yeah, I'll have to put her down here before I go in the attic, so that way she doesn't follow me up there. But
thank you.
That's
Valerie.
Penelope.
Oh,
Penelope.
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 That's actually Susanna's daughter, her actual daughter.
Aw.
Yeah, Susanna had babies years ago. All right, watch out, Penelope. Okay.
So while
All
we're
right.
doing this, Harlow, you've got some Halloween trivia, and we got some giveaways we're going to do, right? Harlow's not allowed to talk.
Today.
She's the one streaming this. But anyone on TikTok, when we're done here with Kaylee, we'll jump over to YouTube and we'll do some trivia, some giveaways, and just chat in general. Just shoot the shit. Halloween time. Okay. Is that Penelope or Susanna?
No, that's Susanna.
I should know.
I'm shutting her in so that way she can't follow me into the attic. There's so many doors in this house, so I have to make sure I got them all. All right.
Susanna's like, excuse me, you're going to do this to me again? I can't go.
No.
It is a beautiful house.
Make sure I don't get locked in with my little string.
Oh my gosh, that's all you use to make sure you don't get locked in?
Well, there's that, and then I turn this so that way it can't, and then I also turn this.
Okay, good. There's backup plans there.
Yeah, we're not messing around.
She's like this one little string, and I'm like, we could be on this live for hours trying to get her out.
Right, that would be my luck. So that's my other mannequin with the Santa hat. The Santa hat doesn't like to stay on the mannequin a lot of the time, but that's all right. And this is like, whoopsies.
Definitely not the same vibe as Bernadette, right?
No, no, not at all.
And this is like the crawl space. So this is why Susanna's not allowed up here.
Okay. So Kaylee, share with us, why is everyone obsessed with the attic?
Well, oh, the door is still open from when Amy was here. Because of this room right here potentially may have been used as a disappointment room back in like the 17 and 1800s, which was a room where they would put like disabled family members. Because if you had any sort of disability back then, they did not want to see you. They actually had ugly laws back in the day, which is crazy to think about.
What?
Oh yeah, they had ugly laws back in like the 17 and 1800s. And it was obviously converted to a workshop at one point, but what it was originally used for, especially with the blacked out windows, really throws off people. The blanket is in here because I brought it up here for a prank when we first moved up, or when we first bought the house. And then I left it up here, and every time I uploaded a TikTok video, people were like, the blanket's different, the blanket is in a different position, or this and that. So I left it kind of like as a control for my ghostly experiment. But
Oh, interesting.
this is the creepy room.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this,
Yeah,
people.
so
Okay. Can you turn around going back? Yeah, there. Let's go through here again.
through here, or
No, the
This
room, the one right before that. There you go. Well, yeah, there. That's where the mannequin is. That's what I should have said. Okay.
oh, okay, yeah.
Right
Yeah,
there.
so-
Okay, right there. Hold right there. Go to your right to where that dark, I don't know if that was a window or.
I think it
Door that
was the door, Kaylee.
the open door.
That closer. Okay, keep going. Go. No, that. Oh, there's a delay. Sorry, I need to watch. Okay, let
Right
me
there.
Go.
Right
Yeah,
there.
you're there. You're there. Okay. Three children. There was a collapse of some sort. Something collapsed. There was a collapse. Something collapsed around them. They were up here. What kind of storms do you guys have there?
I mean, we don't get really anything crazy. We don't get hurricanes or anything like that. No tornadoes. We just get, like normal thunderstorms and snow and stuff like that.
Okay, let me
Really
see.
nothing crazy.
Maybe the collapse is the is a figure. What's the word? Figure, not figure of speech, but not literal. Yeah, an analogy. Okay. 3 kids. There's 3 kids hiding. Was there a collapse of? Are they hiding from? Are they hiding from soldiers? Are they hiding from being, taken? They're hiding from something. They're hiding from something political. There's 3 kids. The parents were left downstairs to take watch or something. But there's 3 kids up here. And the reason why their spirits are up here is because this was the safe space for them. They ultimately got out and they went to cross a border and didn't make it. They died, which is why their spirits came back to this space. The 3 of them died together. I don't know if the parents did too. I hope they did. So they didn't go, poor parents didn't have to survive them. But There's 3 spirits, 3 children up there, and they're there because they feel safe there.
Okay. That's interesting. It's not something that I would have guessed. So that is very interesting.
That was a flash that I got as soon as the flashlight hit that area, was 3 small individuals huddled like this
Yeah.
in there. Same thing. So I didn't know what was going on, but I did see the 3 children huddled in there.
Go ahead, Denise.
And when we were looking at what I believe Kaylee called it, the disappointment room,
Mhm.
I kept seeing a person in like an old school, like wheelchair, like, and almost like somebody had polio or something, because they had like braces on their legs and they were in there, and the children were hiding, but they also really were unaware of that person in that room because they were never really seen. Like they kind of knew, they would hear things once in a while and the parents would be like, oh, that's so, blah, 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 or whatever. And so they were creeped out by multiple things while they were hiding in that space. And I think what I can sense is that they wanted to go up there and search. So the kids were terrified because that person in that room made noise. And so the parents were like, oh, that's just, I don't know if they said disappointment room or whatever, but that's just, our whatever, because again, they were not allowed to be out and around at that point in time. So it was this person up there was almost treated like a criminal, like they were fed, but barely enough to stay alive. They were, they didn't abuse them from the standpoint like physically hurt them, but they were not well cared for.
Okay, let's see if
Interesting.
these guys need to be moved on, or if we're just picking up on a residual energy and they're not there anymore. I don't feel them to move them along. Do you, Kat?
Let me see.
Denise?
I don't think so.
I do feel that they're there, but I feel that they're not willing to interact with me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not feeling like I can do anything with them. Denise, anything for you?
They're that is their safe space, so they're not
Distressed.
No, they're not distressed. I'm getting like they were so young when they crossed over that they don't know where over there is, and they rather stay where they're at, what they know, than go somewhere where they don't. So I don't think they want to be moved.
Let's see if we can call in their parents. And the only reason why I'm kind of pushing this little is not obviously, Kaylee doesn't mind, obviously, but because for the kids' sake, let's see if the parents can show up, and just, I don't want to leave 3 little souls there.
I think one of the is one of those 3 children, one of the ones that goes and plays with the doll.
Oh.
Plot twist.
Right.
I feel like if that is the case, that
We leave them alone.
she's the braver of the 3 of them, and so she's a little more adventurous, where the other 2 are a little more nervous Nellies. They're like, no, we were told not to leave here. And she's like, it's fine, nobody cares.
Right.
Like, come play with the cats, and
Yeah, I get the feeling that they feel like as long as they're in that space, they're safe.
I think that's like, to them, that's their bedroom now.
Okay, so let's just see. I mean, I appreciate that they feel safe, but I mean, eternity, like
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's no need to, there's no need to.
Mhm.
Let me just.
I'm happy to have them.
Let's just. Okay, so then, I mean, the other two though are like they're hiding, you know. So to me, that makes
Yes.
that's like I don't want them to be hiding anymore.
Mhm.
Let's just see if their parents will come in and if we can. I can get their parents in there. I think we can move them along. I feel them leaving. I feel like all it took was their parents.
Mhm. 100%. I get that same feeling.
The little girl though, she was like, but I won't be able to play with the cat and the dolls.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
I mean, all that does is just make space for another energy that needs it to come in, you know?
Right. And they're always coming and going, like I said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I feel like she was the younger of the three of them, and the two older ones were like, no, we were told not to leave. And she's like carefree and, you know, it's fine. I'm going to go downstairs and play, you know? And they're like, no, don't. She's like, bye.
Mhm.
My thing now, I mean, that was a pretty light vibe ultimately,
Mhm.
moving them over. Well, that was a blast. Hold on, let's see what the comments said. I keep feeling a young woman, late teens, early 20s, and she had a lot of love in her heart. That's sweet. That's awesome.
Mhm. That's similar to the feeling I got in the kitchen when I originally watched the video, was just love and light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing negative here.
Mhm.
There's a lot going on, but
Mhm.
it's nothing too heavy. In my
I mean,
opinion.
I think the fun thing about your house, Kaylee, is that because so many spirits move through, you'll have moments of maybe some that aren't as light filled, you know, and
Right.
you'll have moments, as you know, when you have them that are, and that's what's going to make your house so much fun to watch.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, there's never a dull moment.
thank you so much, and thanks Susanna for being a part of it and joining us and doing such great work. That was a blast.
Mhm.
Of course. Thank you for doing this with me. We'll definitely have to do this again sometime soon and see what you pick up next time.
Yeah, I mean, if there's
So-
ever any changes, and you just shoot me a DM and we'll jump on and see. You know, if you're noticing
Absolutely.
new stuff or Susanna tells you something. But thank you for sharing your house with us. That was really cool. I mean, it was really sweet, and I'm excited to see what you end up doing, like how it develops and grows, and
Yeah.
where you take it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again. And who else do we have in here? What are your names? I'm sorry.
Denise, Kat, and Harlow.
Mhm.
I knew Harlow. Okay, so Harlow, Denise, Kat, of course, thank you guys too for being here, for all the information you provided. And this was so fun. I'm so glad that we did this. And I hope everyone enjoyed it. And I hope we all got some answers.
We did. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Kaylee.
So much. It was such a pleasure.
Yes, thank you.
Of course.
And
Of
if
course.
anyone,
And enjoy the rest of your night.
thank you. And if anyone wants to jump over to YouTube, we're going to be doing some fun giveaways. YouTube
Yeah,
Behind
guys,
the
definitely go
Hauntings.
do that.
Okay, bye, Kaylee.
Bye. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
You too.
Guys, we did it. Don't. Oh my gosh. First off, hold on. Hold on. Get us back.
Wait,
First
we're
off,
still live.
Harlow.
We're still
we
live.
did it.
We're still live.
Yeah, we're still
Oh,
live.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Denise
I
is
just wanna
like,
make-
don't talk shit about anyone. We're still live. Yes, Harlow, you can unmute yourself. You're free. Come out of the cage you were
Oh
in.
my gosh, Harlow, thank you so much always for everything that you do for all of
Oh,
this.
that was
to make
fun
it
to
come
watch.
together.
It was cool. I just got to sit back and watch.
You guys, yeah.
You didn't have to wrangle us in this time.
You didn't have to wrangle, but also for you guys watching, before we went live, Harlow and I were like, I don't know if this is going to work. And I was like, I am going to make this work if I
You
have
did.
to invent a new way to live stream.
You did. I didn't think it was going to work.
Mhm.
And Harlow, how crazy was it? The whole mic thing, like that it just all of a sudden I'm noticing you guys can hear each other. We thought no one would be able to hear Kaylee. You'd only be able
Right.
to hear me. But
Mhm.
my stupid mic the phone is right next to the computer and the mic's right here. And everyone's like, oh, there's Kaylee. And I'm like, it's working. What?
Sometimes we even surprise ourselves.
And Denise, oh my God. Like you guys,
Tech
I-
support.
Yeah, MVP.
Denise turned into tech support. What?
Who would have thought?
I figured out how to adjust the boxes an hour and a half into the show.
Oh, you had a little help there.
Thankfully.
Well, no, I mean, I'm saying like after reading Harlow, I was putting up I kept thinking it was on your end. So I'm putting up the comment going, oh, Harlow, and then Harlow puts up the comment thinking I'm going to do it. And I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to do that. Anyway, that was really fun. It was meant to be, okay, let's do this. Harlow, do you have some trivia, Halloween trivia? You guys want to win something fun?
Yeah. Give me a sec here.
And yes, I saw, while Harlow's doing that, I saw someone ask if we could read their home because something's going on there. So Harlow and I have been doing these lives, which, I don't know. I'm kind of liking the four of us. If the four of us can all keep pulling it together. It's called Behind the Hauntings, My Haunted Home. And we did it. We did an episode last week. We had 3 different viewers that submitted their homes. It was fascinating, crazy stuff.
It was.
So if you have stuff going on in your home that you want some help with and you don't want to pay me, no offense taken, we'll do it live. And you come on, share your story, share at least one picture of the location that it's happening in, and we'll do it. So on YouTube, you can't DM me. So jump to Insta and DM me or TikTok and DM me. Just give me a couple days to get to it because there's a lot in there. Or email miriamthemedium@gmail.com. Hold on. I think I have that up right here. Here we go. You can email me here and I'll get back to you and put you on the list to do a live.
And also, if we're going to do the questions and trivia questions, they should probably email you also their email because I don't want anybody putting their home address on here because we're going to have that to send a shirt out. So whoever wins this, just email Miriam
Got it.
and we'll get your address and what size shirt you want.
We forgot to get pictures of the shirt. But
Well, initially I thought maybe we'd play the video and had pictures of the shirts, but that's okay. There's-
well, I mean, I can download and upload the video while you do trivia.
All right, I was going to do just easy stuff since I don't want to get it into long discussions about Samhain and Halloween, but let's just go with some easy questions. What year? What's the? It's very
Okay, Harlow, you broke up a lot. So can you
Okay.
put it in the private chat and I'm going to make a banner.
Okay.
Hang tight, you guys. Your trivia question is on its way. And which was it in one of the Halloween videos you made, Harlow? The photo of the shirt?
Yeah, I think it was the first one.
Okay. So for those that are waiting, we're going to give you guys a trivia question. I'm going to show you our cute little Behind the Haunting t-shirts. But we are doing that right now. Hold on. I think it's this one. Harlow, let me know when you're done. And I'll
Yeah,
jump
it's in
Okay, hold on. Here I come. Halloween trivia coming down the pike. Here we go. What? Hold on. I can do it. Here we go, guys. First person in the comments.
You can Google.
Oh, Googling's allowed.
Yeah, why not?
I'm looking for the picture of the t-shirt. Oh, here it is. Hold on, folks.
We have a Behind the Hauntings logo T-shirt.
Did anybody
Harlow, are
get
you
it?
watching the comments?
There we go. Spiritual Bombshell. Got it. 1966.
Do 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 do.
Yay.
Very good. Email Miriam and we'll get your information.
Okay, we're gonna do another one, but hold on. Oh, what just happened? Am I still on? What happened? Hold on.
You're fine.
You're alive. You're good.
Okay, here. There's this,
Yeah.
and then let me get.
Send along your address and your name and what size T-shirt you need.
And then Harlow put the next one in, and we'll do it again.
Okay, hold on.
Let me see if it'll let me do this. It does.
Oh no. There we go.
What?
Thought I lost you.
Okay. Dude, we just went through an hour and a half of something, 2 hours that we thought we couldn't even get accomplished. And she's like, oh, wait, did I just lose you?
Yeah, it looked like it flashed for a minute.
This is the easy
Not right
part.
now. No, everything was going to come together. When my cards showed up at 3:57, I knew it was going to be good.
That's
Very
right. Your Halloween tarot card showed up at 3:57. That's insane.
They were supposed to be here the other day, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And the ones I sent to a friend as a gift, hers got to her before mine got to me.
Okay,
And
there's your second question.
Gotcha. I love that the cards made it. Okay, hold on. Here I come. Second question. Sorry, Kat.
Oh, you're fine.
We're covering your face for a minute.
I know. I was hating to put comments up because it was right over her face.
Okay, first one in the comments. Apparently, Googling is allowed.
Yay, there we go.
Oh,
There's our winner.
Houdini. Dude, how do we not have an applause? Ooh, you know what? I've had these stupid bells like that sit on a desk. They go ding ding ding, sitting in my. Thank you. That's what we need. Okay, so now, Carrie,
right, Carrie,
you-
yeah.
one more time. Send your
Yeah.
info to me. And what size shirt?
Yes.
Okay, let's do another one.
One more. Okay, hold on.
So if you guys are new, please follow us on Behind the Hauntings. Follow us on Ask the Aliens. Follow us on True Crime Psychic Eye. And if you're looking for meditations, follow me on Miriam Farish. All of that's on YouTube. Denise, where can they follow you?
They can follow me on TikTok at Denise_Russell, I believe 6. And then on Instagram, it's Mother Maven at Mother Maven. And on YouTube, it's also Denise Russell. And then the tag is at Mother Maven.
Okay, guys.
And Kat, where can we follow you?
I'm on TikTok right now, and I'm not much on social media, so that's pretty much the one place that you'll find me
Perfect.
is on TikTok.
Okay.
Last question.
What was the address of the address? Like their
Yes.
home address?
Yes.
Harlow loves this stuff. Her smile was so big. She was like, I got him. Okay, guys, got to turn the fan on.
Oh,
Have
I
a
do
hot flash.
remember. I remember this being a thing in the show, but I don't
Yeah.
remember what the address was.
Okay, the first answer. Allison, 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Woohoo! Allison, just in time for my hot flash. Okay. Hold on. Where is it? Here.
Yep, same thing. Send your name, address, and what size shirt you'd like.
Okay, so guys, we pulled off a feat that 4 middle-aged women should never have been able to pull off. And so I congratulate us through and through. And please stay tuned, guys, for Behind the Hauntings, My Haunted Home, where I think you might see the 4 of us again.
I would love to. Thank you for the opportunity to join you. This has been so much fun.
Yes, of course. And Denise is now a staple.
Yes.
Denise is like, Kat, watch out. You're about to get to suck. You're going to get sucked into this whirlwind of social media.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
We'll be
You're
nice.
like, whoa,
we
whoa, whoa,
promise.
whoa, whoa.
We'll be nice. I mean, what I mean by that is Harlow and I are up at all hours working on all of this. So what we will do is not include you on the group chat at 11:30 at night. Okay, you guys, thank you for all of you for
Oh my gosh,
watching.
this was great. Thank you so much. It was so fun.
Yeah,
was.
it really was.
You guys all stayed the long haul. That was amazing. Kaylee's home was awesome.
Mhm.
I mean, it's going to be hard to top that, but I'm not going to lie. The homes that we read last week on our live were pretty crazy.
It was all over the place.
It was.
That was made it so fascinating. There were so many different things.
Yeah. So that's on Behind the Hauntings YouTube under the live tab. But thanks, you guys. Happy Halloween.
Yay.
Happy Halloween.
True Crime is back next Thursday.
Yes.
True Crime Psychic
Correct.
Guy. Please join us over there. Love you guys.
This was awesome. Thank you. Love you guys too. This was great.
Thank you very much. Love to Harlow, Kat, Denise, and everybody watching. My dogs want dinner. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody. Happy
Bye.
Halloween.
Bye.